back with the Lawn Engineer. Today we're going to talk about summer fertilizing. So what I have here is Milorganite. This is probably my favorite fertilizer, and I use this exclusively for probably 5 years for many different reasons. We'll go through those today. And first of all, what the heck is this stuff? But I'm in a transition period right now. Some of my previous videos I showed using a balanced fertilizer at 10-10-10, and that was really focused on some new grass that I had planted last year. And the balanced part of it really to spur a root growth and development on that young grass. The other thing with that general fertilizer that I used is I would refer to that as a fast-acting fertilizer, not a slow release. So that fast-acting, basically it means those granules of fertilizer break down quickly and get into the soil. And so I like to use those in spring or with that young grass. Partly it increases your mowing, but it really spurs a strong growth and gets that grass to fill in and get strong quickly. The Milorganite here is a more slow release fertilizer. So they do that with the formulation of that granule. You'll see that on other products. Scott's, you know, the big player in fertilizing, has some slow release, and all different brands have it too. Basically, they're coating those fertilizer granules with a polymer to prevent water from breaking those down quickly. So it's a very slow degradation of that granule to feed your grass slowly over time. That is particularly important in summer here as our conditions get hotter, the availability of water is less. So if you shock it with a huge amount of fertilizer or nitrogen, that grass will want to grow quickly, and it's going to use all of its starch reserves, water reserves to grow. It's going to put everything into growing quickly. And where you run into an issue with that is then if that's followed by a drought. And so your grass will use up all its reserves, water will not be available, and it will not have any reserves to kind of weather that low water period and really harm it. The slow release helps with that, obviously, is getting much more of a sustainable growth. It's not going to use all of its reserves to grow. It will just do that slowly over time. So let's get into Milorganite here specifically. What is it? Well, what they don't say on the bag, this stuff comes out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from the water treatment facility, really. It started in 1926. So this stuff's been made a long time. But basically it's human waste. So there's no way around that. They say, well, it's processed with these microbes, and this is kind of the nutrients extracted out of it. At the end of the day, this stuff started from human poop. Maybe that's part of the reason I like it. So I went to university in Milwaukee for 4 years, so I probably contributed to the raw materials for quite a few of these bags. So that's part of the reason that, you know, it's the ultimate green product. You're taking a waste stream and converting it into something useful here instead of using petroleum. So urea is derived from oil, basically. So you're using barrels of oil to generate your typical lawn fertilizers. This stuff's using a waste stream to generate it. So we're recycling and diverting a normally landfill product into something useful. So that's cool. And it's not a chemical, so it's a natural product to put on your grass, and I like to minimize any chemicals for the health of myself and my family, so this is a great option when it comes to that. And it is also slow release by the nature of that, so that urea gives a quick breakdown and shock to the plant. This is more of a natural base of nitrogen that slowly goes into your soil and feeds your plant. So there's another benefit of that. This does not need to be watered in. You could dump this bag onto your lawn and it's not going to burn it like typical fertilizer if you have any clumps go directly onto your grass, it's going to burn it. This stuff will not do that. The other major benefit of this is it's a high in iron. So this stuff will give your grass an amazing bluish, dark green coloring to it. So there's other iron products alone that you can use to achieve the same effect, but this comes with your fertilizer in one step, so it's pretty convenient in that way. Like I said, I like this. The only negative to using this as your exclusive fertilizer is its composition here is 6-4-0. So the 6 is nitrogen, 4 is phosphates, the last one is potassium. So it has no potassium in it. So you run the risk here of potentially going potassium deficient in your lawn. So I wouldn't recommend using this exclusively for a long period of time. Occasionally you should put on something with some potassium in it to make sure you're getting that in your soil. The other thing to note here is this stuff isn't as nutrient dense as some of the urea based products, and that's because it is a natural product. So this 32-pound bag, they say it covers 2,500 square feet, and that's, you know, a pretty good application rate, I agree with. So you need quite a few of these bags. For my 30,000 square feet, need about 12 of these bags to cover it appropriately. Right now I'm just going to put this on my low cut area and monitor the green up and see how that affects things. I have not focused on that yet, but I'm eager to get, I've been just focusing on getting the grass nice and thick here in spring while we had low temperatures and a lot of moisture, but that is now gone. We're into the 90s, and instead of focusing on growth, now I'm gonna go for color and make things really look good. So I'm gonna throw this stuff down and get that cool dark green, bluish green color that Milorganite gives us. Alright, we're gonna use our whole bag here. It says a Scott spreader, 10.5, 2 passes. Now I don't particularly like to do 2 passes. I like to put it on heavier at the same time. So we'll start with 14, see how that goes down. But like I said, you really can't screw this up. You can't put it on too heavy, it won't burn. Worst case is you'll just have to buy more bags. Cover your lawn completely. But we'll start at a 14, see how it goes. You can see at that setting, this stuff goes on heavy. You can even see the little depression there where it's coming out hot. That's about right for this stuff. You got to put it on heavy, but it works pretty good and gives that nice deep green color. Well, that was a bit of an oops. 14, I used pretty much that entire bag on just my trim passes. So we'll see what happens when we put this stuff on extra heavy. I'll have to go pick up a couple extra bags just for this 1,000 square feet. But you know what? Doesn't freaking matter because this stuff won't burn the grass. Throw it down. It's been 5 days since I spread the Milorganite on, and I just did a quick mow today. But you can see here it's been dry. We need some more rain, but the color is definitely improving here. You can see nice deep green taking over. It starts out, it was kind of spotty. Now it's evening out to the rest of the grass. I did follow up the one bag I did with the trim pass real heavy with an additional bag, so I put 2 bags total on this. And you can see, even though I went real heavy around the edges with that one bag, there's not a drastic difference. This stuff is pretty forgiving, and it's got that iron in there for that nice deep green look. So 5 days post, I have watered a few times, probably need to water today, but things are looking good. So if you want that nice deep green look on yours, throw it on the Milorganite. Don't be afraid to do it in summer. It will not burn your lawn. Good luck. Adios.